Okay, welcome to another reform video. This time I'm going to be going over the A attack default setup we have for jungle. And I have to say, this is another one of those maps like Grid in which everyone goes to B. I've never seen a really structured A attack ever on jungle. And we've worked a bit on this, and this is how our default setup goes. It involves all 5 of your guys taking smoke grenades, and I'm just gonna run over it now. So, the first guy spawns. He's gonna run all the way up here as fast as he can without anything. As soon as he's here, put the whole clip through that from about that position. That will kill anyone trying to get across the bridge to rush us in defense. So that's the first person's job. Now, once he's done that, he's gonna gradually, slowly make his way up, watching this window because they could be peeking it. So he could crawl to get by that window. And he's gonna hold up about here. And when instructed to do so, he's gonna use his smoke grenade and he's gonna throw it about there. And run across into A. He only needs to smoke this side of the bridge. No point smoking this side because they can't see over from B on this side. But they can when you're on this side. So it's important that he smokes this side. That's our first guy. Our second guy, who will also eventually be going up this far left hand side. He starts off and he's going to come up here as fast as he can. He's going to wait for the enemy grenades to come in here as they normally do. People like to nade about there, anywhere around here really. He's going to line up on top of this corrugated sheeting. Aim his grenade about here. It's gonna land there. And what that grenade will do is it will kill anyone who's defending mid-river from here or here. Now it's important because we will be having 3 guys pushing through the river area down here. They'll be using smoke grenades, and assuming there's a guy at this rock, while the grenade won't kill him, this guy might take out one guy, but he's close enough to the other 2 guys that they will probably take him out, knowing where he is. He's not going to be... well, there's a possibility he could be lying along this left side, but that's quite unlikely, and I figure the same logic would apply that 2 of the 3 guys will take him out. If the guy covering the river is somewhere like back here, or here, he won't be effective enough in stopping us getting across the river due to his distance. Okay, so our second guy, once he's thrown his nade, he comes as fast as he can back across here. He will signal whether you got a hit marker or no hit marker. If he gets a kill or not, it's kind of obvious. And he'll eventually creep up to about here. When the first guy is going across the bridge to A, the guy who was there, we will also have 3 guys coming across the river down below there. At this point, this guy is going to come up here and throw his smoke grenade to about there, just in front of the bomb, allowing the first guy in front to just see in this exit, kill anyone covering there, and move in around the left hand side of this bomb site area. The first guy, that is. The second guy will move in afterwards, or if the situation dictates otherwise, he might come up here to cover from our backs to look over to the catwalk area from somewhere like here. He may also sneak in and check the mountain from here. If we know they're going to place a guy on the mountain, then we will put the first guy to check here before he moves in to do his smokes at the bridge. It's important distinction to make. Okay, so that's the first two guys who are going along the left side. Now we have three guys that are going to be down here. It's important that they remain hidden and quiet up until when they have to start executing their smoke grenades. So we'll have one guy here, and probably, in fact, the other guy will be not so far behind him, about here. The only reason for that is so that a random grenade doesn't kill both of them. We'll have a third guy who's hunkered in here, and he will be the first one to execute the smoke grenades. He's going to tuck himself into this corner when the guy over there has done his grenade, and he's roughly about here running across to that position. This guy will get his smoke grenade ready, and he's going to line up like so. You jump, you don't move forward, just jump and throw. Oh, I missed that slightly. Not the easiest nade to get. So that will land about there. Obviously that guy who's doing that needs to get it pretty much down to a T every time, unlike myself, because the tactic depends on these smoke grenades being effective. If you hit one in the river, it won't do anything, and that's why one of the reasons I feel why A attacks have been so ineffective. So, while that first guy is throwing his smoke grenade, the second guy is going to creep up here, just checking. Smoke grenade will come in. Half a second later, this guy throws the smoke here. And while that happens, the third guy will have to come up right behind the first guy who was here. Grenade about here. Now that will mean the smoke grenade there, there, and there. The first guy who is at the barrels is going to run across, checking here, and he's going to move up to here. At this time, the guy will be signaled to smoke the bridge, and he'll be moving across. Ideally, there'll be smoke here, here as well, which will give the guys coming up this area some cover. So they have cover, they only have to check there, and then after the guy from the bridge moves in, they no longer have to check there, but only the right side. The first guy will move up here. The second guy is literally going to be 2 or 3 meters behind him. He's going to be looking over here under the cover of smoke, just for the guy who could be behind this rock, for example, or lying across there. If he sees some muzzle flashes, he can respond, but he's still staying close and trying to get up here. The third guy will be another 2 to 3 meters behind, because he was only back there, and as soon as he throws that smoke, he's going to be getting in position behind these guys. So that'll be 3 smokes, 3 guys going up. Once they get up here, the first guy is going to hold up here for a second. The second guy is going to line up a nade about here. To kill the guy who would be here. He'll probably try and get it a bit more close to here to blow up that barrel, because that's a defensive place that guy could be. Afterwards, the first guy can move in, start checking places like the bottom of the mountain, down there. They will eventually plant in a position such as this. The second guy just jump up to somewhere like here, check he's not hiding anywhere here, and he can hold up there. And the third guy can pretty much cover them coming from behind, there, or there, or anywhere he sits. Ideally not here, because one grenade could kill the bomb planter and the third guy. There. More than likely, the defense are going to be posted up in somewhere like behind this barrel. So they're going to get the call that the smoke's coming across, or they'll see them themselves. But I'm just going to demonstrate what it might look from their perspective. So I'm going to throw the 3 smokes. So, actually, well, my first smoke doesn't seem to have drifted into the water, but the other two give you an idea of how difficult it will be to see those guys from even a position like this. Now, the one thing, in fact there's two things which could make this attack ineffective, and that is someone who's camping, so they're like on this catwalk, who could be shooting down on us, or someone on the mountain. Like I said, if we feel that there might put a guy on the mountain, then we will probably get the first guy to come into this room and through this door check up the mountain. We feel that's unlikely because most teams don't put a guy up on the mountain. If they're defending A, they want to be covering the bridge at a better angle, and they send like 4 guys to B or 3 B and 1 to mid. We are trying to implement a grenade with, for example, one of our guys who are behind the barrels to kill, say, someone who's here. If he's back here, the smokes are going to be almost as effective as from the viewpoint over there. So ideally you'd want to get, say for example, your second guy who throws the second smoke to do a nade over to catwalk before he throws the smoke, say someone like here. Then ideally before he throws the smoke, because then there's less time pressure. So once they're in the site, like I said, the first guy is going to wrap around the sandbags area and clear out anyone who's up back here. Second guy will come in behind him if needs be. If it's wide open, he can just camp back there and protect from flanks. Third, fourth and fifth come up through the river. One plants, one looks behind. One will get up on these barrels and check. And after bombs planted, say one of those might get up on the mountain, or go here to cover from the flanks. So that's how the attack will work. The most important part of this attack is just getting those smokes right, especially the final two. So once you get those smokes right, I believe a attack is very likely, and I think it would be quite easy to walk into if done fast. If you're taking too long to do this attack, they're going to know what you're up to and they're going to be sending guys over to A. So those grenades and smokes, once you practice it, you want to be getting it down to less than 10 seconds. All the smokes coming in from there, there, and the tree across here. So that's how the basic A attack works.